You've been given the IFC model for the project and been asked to set out some exterior and interior walls. In this video, we're going to look at different ways of working with this data to set out what we need. First, we're going to look at what we can do to manage the data on import. Tapping the arrow next to the data we want to import will open up more options. If we know what classes we want to work with, we can just import these. But for this demonstration, we're going to import everything. Going to Layer Objects, we can now see the data we've imported. Tapping the layer icon in the bottom right, we can now see all the layers that have been imported, and we can turn these on and off like layers in a normal CAD file. For example, we can turn everything off and only display the walls. But let's turn everything back on and look at another option. Let's say that you know the object or objects you want to work with, and you want to isolate these. Using the IFC tree view allows you to filter the information by the object properties. Don't know the properties of the object you're interested in? Give it a tap and it'll highlight in the tree for you. The IFC tree view can be really helpful, but let's say you want to only see the individual wall object that you're interested in, rather than everything that's within the class or layer. Well, using the isolate tool, we can do just that. Simply select the objects you want to view or freeze and hit the green tick. In this case, we've selected the walls we've been asked to set out and isolated everything else. Selecting the objects, points and lines are then generated on the vertices, ready for us to select and set out. It's worth knowing that in the top left, a quick access button is now active for the isolation we've just created. So you've set the wall out, but before you can go to lunch, you've now been asked to mark out a few internal walls. Going back into the isolation tool and restoring everything using the eraser function, we're now going to use the limit box. By default, the limit box covers the full extent of the viewable data. Using the colored toggles, you can adjust to view just the data you're interested in. If you know the elevation of the floor you're interested in, you could use the boxes here on the bottom right to quickly create a slice through the data. If you think you're going to need this limit box again, tap the save icon and the limit box will restore when tapping this icon. Now the limit box is in use, a quick access tool is now available in the top left. To make a selection of the walls easier, we also want to remove the floor. For this, we'll use the isolation tool, but this time we'll use the freeze function, temporarily removing it from our view. We're now ready to select the walls we need to set out, and we're away. I hope this video has been helpful.